Here's a simple, but not at all simplistic question. What are your non-negotiables in life? I'm gonna walk you through mine, and I'm also gonna walk you through the 4 things that impact your life brand. Yes, they do connect. I think a lot of times we have negotiables where we say we wanna do things, but we tend to let ourselves down. We say maybe we wanna start a health regimen. We say we might wanna create more content. We say we might want to change our job. We might want to change our career. We might want to change our relationship. We might just want to change the way that we approach life or be a better significant other or be a better parent or whatever that might be. But I think there's always negotiables, meaning we're really not committed to them. Are there non-negotiables in your life? Are there things that have to show up every single day? Now, I'm not a cloud nine, the world's perfect 100% of the time. These non-negotiables are gonna be present, but these non-negotiables can truly be life changers if you commit to them. If you truly say that I am done bullshitting myself, I am done negotiating with myself, and I am going to put my feet in concrete and create anchor points for me that are non-negotiables. Now, non-negotiables can be anything, and my non-negotiables that are right for me are certainly probably not gonna be right for you, and yours won't be right for me, but these non-negotiables really help create fulfillment in life. They really help create satisfaction in life. They really help create happiness in life. They change the way that you show up and impact others. Attitude is contagious, whether we like it or not, right? We show up in a room and people can kind of read our vibe. Science has proven that. And so how we show up a lot of times impacts others around us. Do we show up in ways that add value or do we show up in ways that take away? Are we a multiplier or an addition to somebody's life, or are we a subtractor? And these non-negotiables can really change that based on those anchor points that we have in our lives. I think that another thing that it does is it shifts our brand. And our brand impacts kind of the influence that we have or the results that we get out of life personally and professionally. You know, whatever results we're looking to get. A lot of times, are we even clear on those results? That's a whole nother video, a whole nother question. Our brand, if you think about this, our brand are things that we cannot control. We can only influence, right? We can't, if you look at brands, like major brands out there in the marketplace, Starbucks, Apple, United Airlines, I could continue to go on, whatever brand, they can't really control their brand because it's in the minds of their audience. Some people love Starbucks, some people don't like Starbucks, but they can influence it. They can influence it based on what they do, based on how they treat customers, based on the value that they bring. It can influence the brand. It ultimately can't control the brand. You could do everything right and people still not like you. You could do everything wrong and people still defend you. We all have a personal brand. We all have a personal brand in the way that we show up. Again, we can't control it. We can only influence it. We could do everything wrong and somebody's still gonna stand up for us. And we could do everything right and somebody's still gonna find a flaw in what we do on a daily basis. The brand is really 4 things. And I've talked about one of them already, but let me walk you through this really quick. I'll get back to non-negotiables. So the brand is really the 4 things that really influence our brand. Number 1 is how do we show up? And what I mean by that is think about the emotional reaction that people get when they see us enter a room, or when they see a text come over from us, or an email, or our phone number show up. What's the immediate reaction? Is it, oh yeah, or is it, oh no? Right? How do we impact emotionally? How do we impact people? That's 1. Number 2, how we handle stress. We all have stress in our lives, but how do we handle it? Do we handle it in a way that's productive, that helps us move forward, that helps kind of create the calm? Or do we handle stress in a way that when we're stressed, everybody knows we're stressed? And you better get out of our way because we're just gonna add stress to other people. That's number 2, how we handle stress. Number 3 is how we give and receive feedback. How do we receive feedback when people give it to us? Do we absorb it or do we defend it? Do we justify it? Do we try to deflect it? Or do we welcome it? How we give feedback. Do we give feedback in a way that is productive? Or do we give feedback in a way that, again, subtracts from potentially those relationships, either personally or professionally? And the last one is how do we present our ideas? Do we present our ideas in ways that people want to walk alongside of us? Or do we present our ideas in ways that people feel we're forcing them into something? Those 4 things, again, how we show up, how we handle stress, how we give and receive feedback, and how we present our ideas impact our brand, and our brand impacts the results we get in life. Now, again, non-negotiables impact our brand because it helps us show up differently. So what can be some non-negotiables in life? What can be daily non-negotiables? There could be daily non-negotiables. There could be weekly non-negotiables. There could be yearly non-negotiables. I don't know what's right for you. You got to figure that out. But what are those non-negotiables? Let me turn the camera on me for a second. Let me look in the mirror and kind of tell you some of my non-negotiables that have to show up every single day. Again, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm comfortable enough to tell you that half the time I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm confident enough to tell you that I will figure it out. That is what I know to be true. And that's not cockiness. That's just a comfort and a confidence level that I will figure it out. But these non-negotiables help keep me on track. So daily, I have non-negotiables. My massive transformational purpose in life is impact. I want to drive impact to as many people that I can. So my daily non-negotiables are, I want to impact my family. I want to impact my wife. I want to impact my boys. I got 2 boys. I want to drive impact. Non-negotiable, daily basis. Number 2, I want to impact my business. I want to impact how we show up with our clients, how my team shows up. I want to create what I call a win-win-win situation within my business, right? A win for the clients. We have to have a win for the clients. The second win, though, is for the team and the people that work for me, whether they work for me directly, whether they're independent contractors, whether they're partners in work that we do. I want them to feel like they are winning. Not feel like, I want them to actually win. If those 2 wins happen, I win. A byproduct is I win eventually. So a win-win-win scenario. That's a non-negotiable every single day when I show up. I want to drive impact in that. I want to drive impact on my health on a daily basis. I am certainly not perfect in this area. There's a lot of room for improvement with my health, but I want to drive impact with my health every single day and do something that's going to move me in a positive direction. The non-negotiable is my faith every single day. I meditate and I pray, and I'm not here to debate it. I'm not here to try to define it for you, but my faith is very important to me, and it's a non-negotiable every morning. I do my best work. Let me digress for a second. I do my best work from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. I'm not good with a hammer. I'm not good in construction. I'm not a musician. I'm not an artist. I'm not any of that, but I am highly efficient in probably getting more done between 4 a.m. and noon than most people get done in an entire week. I'm just really good and really efficient in getting a lot of stuff done. I know my best time. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it green time, red time. You call it productive time, non-productive time, whatever it is. I know my best time is about 4 to 7 in the morning. That's when I do I can pump more stuff out between 4 and 7 in the morning than I can the rest of the day. Sometimes my non-productive time or my red time is about 1 in the afternoon on. So if I don't have anything going on, I typically don't do a lot of work during that time. So again, I know where I am most focused. And I say that because back to my faith and being non-negotiable in my faith, during that time, I always meditate or pray. I always make sure I start the day off with a meditation or a prayer. Again, I'm not here to define it for you. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm not here to debate it. It doesn't have to be right for you. I'm just saying those are things that are non-negotiables for me every single day. I want to make sure that on an ongoing basis, maybe not a daily basis, that a non-negotiable is I'm challenging myself in growth. I'm challenging myself personally and professionally to grow because I know I don't know it all. There's a lot that I don't know. And there's always room for opportunity on how I can be better. How can I be a better dad? How can I be a better husband? How can I be a better business owner? How can I be better to our clients? How can I be better with my team? How can I just be better just the way that I show up in my brand? And how can I elevate my brand on a consistent basis? Those are non-negotiables for me. And the thing about that is I am crystal clear on it. Sarah and I have what we call a 1-4-10 rule. Again, doesn't have to be right for you. We have a 1-4-10 rule that we agreed to a long time ago. 1 day a week, we try to what I call center the needle. Life is busy. There's a lot of noise going on, and Sarah and I come together, whether it's over a cup of coffee, a glass of wine, wherever that might be, we come together and we just make sure that we're on the same page. We center the needle, anything we need to talk about, how do we make sure that we're still working together through this thing called life? The 4 is 4 times a year. We take the kids on vacation somewhere. So 4 times a year, whether it's an elaborate vacation or a little vacation, we want them to. My mom owned a travel agency when I was young, and I had a chance to experience the world. I want my kids to experience the world. And then 10 nights a year, we do something without the kids. So we try to get away, whether we're heading off to Phoenix here in a little bit. I think we might try to sneak off to Nashville here in a little bit. So we do things that are way that allow us just to have our time. So that's a non-negotiable in our marriage. It's a 1-4-10 rule. We do that on an annual basis. Those are just some. I could bore you to death with more of the details. And again, my non-negotiables don't mean anything to you. My question becomes though is, do you have non-negotiables that literally show up on the constant in your life? We all have those negotiables where we all say we're going to do things, but we sometimes don't follow through. What are those non-negotiables? Stop the video right now. If you're thinking about things, write these things down, get clarity on them. Think about how you can make them staples in your life. Think about how you can shift things where these things show up on an ongoing basis. Because once you're clear on them, it allows you to audit. Or if these are really non-negotiables, are they showing up? And if they are, great, give yourself a pat on the back. If they're not, give yourself a little bit of grace. Life is hard, but what shifts can you make to bring them back in as non-negotiables? That becomes the question. So I'll kind of finish how I started this thing, is that I think that we have a ton of negotiables. But what are your non-negotiables? What are those things that have to show up on the daily, on the weekly, monthly, yearly, quarterly, whatever those things might be, that truly allow you to live a life of fulfillment, that truly allow you to be satisfied, that truly allow you to show up differently in life, where you can create greater impact in whatever ways that means for you? Again, the word impact is nebulous. It can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Here's what I found. With my non-negotiables, it creates a better life. If you need help or guidance with uncovering your non-negotiables and how you can show up better, I have created the ultimate success cheat sheet. It's free, it's downloadable at thedesignleader.com. Leverage it to create your non-negotiables today.